Let me share my screen to you. Okay, let me know when you are able to see my screen. Visible it, guys?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So, anyone have any doubt in the last class? Any question into DEX function or Power Query like this?
Harsh, can I ask you something?
Yeah, tell me.
Yesterday, when we were running the calculations, you
Mhm.
count employees and we selected the table.
Mhm.
I have a doubt that employees,
Mhm.
when you say count employees,
Okay.
has to be, when you say employee, it has to be the name of a particular column header,
Mhm.
or it will understand that it is employee, that column header.
Let me just check this one. It's a count function. Under the count function or count rows?
Total employees, you count of total employees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you say employee from the
Mm-hmm.
HR data analytic file, and you say count employee, that
Mm-hmm.
employee has that employee, that word, to understand what is in that column, who is the employee. One of the heading has to be employee like this.
And yeah, let me go to this. See, this one is your main table. Okay. Suppose if you want to calculate the total employee, then you have to calculate only from the employee column only. Okay. So employee column, you can see here, there is an employee count. But here you have see the number 111. It means education field wise count. Okay. Education, distance, research wise count. But here if you can see employee number. Okay. So here if you click on this number, you can see number starting from 1 and ending from 1408. It means you have total number of employee in this column only. Okay, so you can select this column employee number and then you will see the total number of count for employee, total employee you have. Okay, as well as if you see the 10 number of employee is a female and 11 number of employee is a male. So it means out of this, if you calculate after calculating the total employee, if you want to go this only calculate the male or female, then you have to filter it on the basis of this table, gender wise table, and then if you filter
My
it.
question is a bit different. I am telling the first query you run count of employee
Mhm.
1470, yeah, and
Right.
you read a function that count employee, count
Mhm.
rows, and that
Okay.
HR data file. Okay,
Mhm.
count rows and HR, the first one.
Okay, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how
Mhm.
the Power BI understood what
Uh,
is employee in this table?
See, count row function count the row in a table. Okay, it will also
Okay,
include the
okay,
duplicate value also. Okay,
okay,
but in this question in HR data analytical we have all the row have a unique value. That's why I give you the correct count. But
okay,
if you
okay.
using but if you are using in the duplicate data, then this count row function means the total number of transaction into your one table only. Okay.
So it has got nothing to do with the header of the
No,
columns.
no,
It
nothing
has,
to do with header. It's just count row function always select your table. And under this table, if you have how many rows, whether it's duplicate or triplicate, it will count the total number of rows, not a unique value. So for unique value, you have to count the distinct count. And distinct count always, see what I written in this question, in this example, you can see count function, count column name include the duplicate, count row function syntax table name, which also include the duplicate, but distinct count only include the unique number of value. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So now we are going to move our next step. So under the home page. So guys, first, do you understand about this explicit or implicit measure? And always we should always use the explicit measure always as compared to the implicit measure. So now I'm going to another example. First, click on this transformation. Click on this transformation and you can see there this window is open. So in the backend, we have, you can check here. See, this is the file we have worked, HR data analytics, and the second file, guys, we have HR employee data. It means you have total number of employee into your employee data. So you can see here that total number of employee you have 20. This is the employee count. Okay, employee unique ID 122068. but the total number of employee you have 1470, and this is the employee name. So now we are done with one important thing, which is name and merge query. Okay, so how to do the merge query? This is your main category one table. Under this, first you have to import the sheet from which you have to transform the merge query. Then click on this new source, click on the text and CSV file here, and my file name is this one, HR employee data. If you click on this open option, so you can see file is connectivity in just 1 second. Yeah, and see there is a preview option. First one column name is employee number, second column name is employee name. So just click on directly OK. So when you click on OK, you can see the new file will be added under category 1. So now under this category, HR medical data, you don't have any employee name. You have only employee number. You can see you have only employee number column, not an employee name into your data. So now you have to merge with this table, and on this basis of table, you can work with your final data. So how to use merge query? Select the old table in which you have to perform the merge query. Select this table, and here you can see the option is merge query. Merge the query with another query in the file. It means merge query always be done with tasks with another file. You have two files for the merge query, but one should be the common column from both the files. So if I click on this merge query, so you can see the new column will be added into your table. Here, new window is open. So HR analytical, this is your main table, and now second table you have to choose. Suppose second table is employee data, and now in this you have a one common column, right? Employee number, select with employee number. Okay, same as relationship tab, you have to just select this employee number and employee number, both the column, and here you don't have to be consider a dim or fact table. Don't ever to consider. Just do the same column name and click on this OK option. When you click on this OK option, so you can see here in the right hand side, the new column, new table will be added. It means the data will be connected from this HR employee data table. So now click on this arrow, this option. So click on this option, and now you can see you have both the column which you have in HR employee data column. If you want to select, because see employee number you have already there in this table, so we want only employee name, and uncheck this point because use original column as a prefix. No, we don't want. Okay, so we want only employee name into the final table, into the main table. So just click on this OK option. So you can see here employee name is automatically considered from the table. This merge queries look like a VLOOKUP in the Excel. VLOOKUP in the Excel, same thing. But here you have to just right click or just have to clicking option. But in in Excel, you have a VLOOKUP function same as a merge query. And you can see here every task you have seen recorded here. Merge query, expanded HR employee data. So now tell me guys, any doubt in this merge query?
Here there is no problem like we look up text format, number format.
No, nothing. You can just directly click on this and select the table, select the common column, then click on OK, and those column you want to merge into your final table, select only those column and click on OK. That's it. Clear? Neeti, your doubt is clear now?
Yeah, one thing, this will only one column when we merge.
No. You can do for multiple column also. But in this my data only one column, so I select. See, let me show you. In this example, if I show you, you can see. Click on this example, and you can see there is a lot of columns showing. Suppose in this table we have only two columns, so only two columns show. Okay, so you have to just unselect your common column only, and then if you check all the main column, then data will be automatically fetched for those columns you want to merge only. Okay, you can do 5 column, 7 column, 8 column, 10 column, or from another file also.
Here we can add multiple column from next step, another next.
Yeah. You can add multiple column, but you can just unselect your main common column only.
No. My query is,
Mhm.
can we import the data from multiple table also?
Yeah, definitely. You can include the multiple tables. Suppose in this table you want to just merge this employee column, and suppose if you have another table you have to merge with second, so you have to just import the another table. Then again you can do the merge query activity. Then again you can
Okay.
do the merge query activity. Clear?
Correct.
So this is called as merge query, and data will be automatically loaded. So when data is loaded, so this table does not have any impact in our data, right? So you can just click on right click into this table and click on this uncheck option, which is enable load. So guys, what is it, this means? If you uncheck this enable load option, what is this mean?
It will not import to the main file.
Right, it will not import to your Power BI, not main file, Power BI, Power View. Okay, so just uncheck this point and you can directly close and apply. So you can see under this Power BI file, the HR employee data will not come, only HR data is come, and then new column will be added into this file. See,
Harsh,
HR employee
is
data
like
automatically added into this 470 row. If you click on this table name,
Harsh, is this recommended or giants are recommended? Relationship is recommended.
sorry.
Which one is good actually? Is
Mhm.
this is the way it is good or relationship is good?
See, if you have only one column or one table, so you can select merge query as well as and relationship. So both are the same, guys. You can do anything. If you want to use relationship, you can use relationship. If you want to use this merge query, you can use merge query. Both
No,
are
how
the
will
same. Nothing impactful, nothing is good, and nothing is
no,
bad. Mhm.
performance wise, which one will work
See,
well?
performance wise, you guys, you see, you can do anything, but relationship, suppose if you do the relationship, it will also include the same size because file size is same. Uh, if you're using the merge query, then also it will put the same size, just 5 to 10 KB is a difference. Nothing is more than. You can use many multiple things, but merge query will be open from, suppose if you have many tables, like 5 to 7 table, then you can use merge query. Okay, but if you have only two table, then you can use relationship, because this is the depend on your working, that how the relationship is working. Suppose if you have any doubt in relationship connectivity, you can do merge query. If you have any doubt in merge query, so go for relationship. Clear?
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So now you can see under this table, if you select this HR data, so here you can see the employee name is there. Okay, so now one by one we are making our relationship, some dashboard presentation. So guys, see, this is your main page of the dashboard presentation. So I am writing here dashboard presentation. So for making any dashboard, you have to go for one by one. Like first you have to put the heading, then summary of your data, and then click on some graph chart or pie chart or any other chart on the basis of requirement. So first we have to see our requirement on the basis of heading. So click on this text box. Okay, go to under home tab, you have this text box option. Click this text box and you can write it here, HR dashboard. You can write a full insight. This is just your text mark. Okay, so you can do anything. Click on this, change the font heading, change the size, and color. Suppose this time I want select outside. Click on this page background. I'm going to make new page head color. So the dark color. Click on this now. You can switch off the background. Select this. little bold, decrease the size. Just pull it here, click on border and shadow. So you can see this is your heading will be done, HR dashboard full inside. And if you want to write anything else, you can write it, anything. Okay, so same way. And now second step, some summary step of the dashboard. Like summary means you have to put a total employees, male employees, female employees, um, like any other, what is the requirement, percentage of male and percentage of female. You can put it together. So now if I click on this card chart, you can see here card chart. Click on this card chart here. Here you can select your total employee. Under this field tab you can put, so you can see your value is there 1470. Okay, so now you can change the formatting of this visualization. So you can see under this data label you have color which is black, so I want as a white. First click on down, we need some bold. Category you can switch off or switch on. Total employee, no, switch off. Okay, background switch off. Click down. Here we have one option here, title. This one is title option. Select this, click this on. Little down. Here you can write it as total employee. So you can see here total employee is written. Click little down. Change the font color. Click down. Change alignment if you want. Total employee like this. Bold. Some metallic if you want. Okay. And last is you can switch on this border and shadow. So this is your main heading is done for total employees 1470. Just drag and drop here. This value will give you the total employee count. So next step guys, just copy this visualization. What is the impact of Power BI? You don't want to be do all your step into Power BI and again. Just copy this visualization. Again, paste second, third, fourth, and fifth. 5 times I am pasting. So just rearrange. 1, 2.
Here also Excel shortcut works, Control C, something like that.
Yeah, Excel shortcut also works. Just select one by one. Okay, so now your heading is done. So click on this one. Now you need a male. So just select this heading and you can see male employee. Select this one, female employee. Select this one. So you can male percentage and select this one. You have female percentage. So these both is little bigger. So select this. Go to this formatting. You can first you have to change the title name because here all the title should be employee name, but you have a little name, different name. So female percentage. Go to down. You have a data label. Set size is 45, so you can change it to little small. 36, 38, 50. Okay, and now select this one. Format. The format option you have, and and now you can format your task. So you can see here size is also same, but you have to, last step, you have to change the title for all. So click this title on, just switch on as male percentage. Here you have female employee. So female, here you have male. Okay, so like this, your heading is done. Total employee, male, female, male percentage, and female percentage, like this. Any doubt till now? Okay, so now I'm going to move further. So what is the next step? And guys, after working on Power BI, suppose if you're making your main insight clear picture, so after this, you have to save your file every time. Otherwise, data will be lost if you cancel your file working. So data will be lost, saving file will be lost. So you can do again and again. So that's why after little working, you can just save your file. So first, now we are going to move into this table. Okay. And now if I go into this home tab, and you can see you have year since last promotion. Let me check. Yeah, year since last promotion. Guys, it means if you select this one, so 0 to total number of year promotion, you have 15. Okay, 0 to 15. It means you have employees which the last promotion is from 0 to 15 years. So I'm writing a condition here. Suppose if employee has more than 10 year of experience, then the employee promotion due, otherwise not due. You have to write a condition. Suppose if you have 4 condition, 5 condition, you can write it. But right now I have only 2 condition in my mind, that if employee having more than of 10 year of experience, then the promotion will be due for that, otherwise not due. That's a simple activity. So how to do? Select this one, table name, and here you have an option of new column, not a new measure guys, new column. So first I am going to write here a new column. Suppose in your mind you have 5 condition or 4 conditions, so you can use any condition. And how to use any condition, let me tell you. Here you have to write promotion status. Okay, so we have only 2 condition. I am writing here that 0 to 10, it means not due. Okay, and second condition is 11 to 15, because you have or more than 11 or more than 10. You can just write it here, more than 10. So you have promotion due. This is your condition. Suppose if you have any other condition, you can in your mind, so you can tell me. I am writing those conditions. Otherwise, I can do. So if you have to follow the if function here, select if function. Logical text means you have to write a text function with the logical function, like if condition you are using in Excel also. So same way. So year since last promotion. So I am selecting the column year since last promotion is greater than 10. Then we need result is true, promotion due. Okay, promotion due. Otherwise we need not due here. And now if I close this bracket, so you can see in the right hand side, the new column will be written as promotion status. If you have year since last promotion is greater than 10, the promotion due and not due. You can see here not due and not due. If you select this and only select not due, so you can see in this year of promotion activity column, the value will be showing as 1 to 10 only, 0 to 10 only. Okay, more than 10, it means it is fall under promotion due activity. Click on this, select promotion due, and here you can see here year since last promotion you have 11 to 15 only. Clear? Or any doubt in your mind?
Harsh, can we do this in the condition column? I saw one option condition column.
Where
So we can
it
put
is under
the
it is under merge query. You can do there also. Suppose if I click on this transformation, here, and here you can see you have a add column option. Under this add column you have conditional column. Okay, here you can use also, but here you can just drag and drop the file. Not you have to write a function, but I suggest you to, instead of custom column, you can use a DAX function, because it will increase your condition in your mind. Otherwise you can use this also. Suppose if I write it a condition, click on this condition column, and you can see the new column will be format. So change the column name. Suppose this group, I'm writing here as promotion. If you have to select the directly from column name, the column name is year since last promotion. Select this is equal to, here you can select greater than or equal to, okay, suppose 10. If year since last promotion greater than or equal to 10, so you need to be promoted. You can write it here, to be promoted, and here not yet promoted. Okay, like this way you can write a condition, and if you click on this okay, so you can see in the right hand side new column will be written promotion group, not yet promoted or promoted. But here what is the option here? Here you can write, here you can check the data type. You can see here data type is ABC and 1 2 3 also. So you can always select the correct data type. Go to this home, here is any, change the text only, because this value in the text function. So now if you click on this, first you have any doubt here how to use this conditional column?
So this will after refreshing it will go automatically to the BI view.
Yeah, automatically, right? Automatically it will go as a PI. Just close and apply. After closing and apply, also this column will be going into Power BI file. Okay, and now if I click on another one, suppose you have any other, if I'm using this one, column from example. Okay, so column from example means this year. Okay, year at company. Suppose employee spent 6 years, but this is the numerical value and I want something else. So click on this first, column from example, from selection. I'm going to select and add a new column from example. And what is the benefit? You can just select here, suppose 6 years. Employee having a 6 years, so it means this is the experience status. So just click on this OK option. You can see the preview of all the row will be same. 10 years, 0 years, 8 years, 2 years, like this. Click on this OK option. So you can see the last column will be added, and here you can write it as service period. Service period. So this example will be written from column from example option. Okay, so you have mostly we can use just conditional column or column from example option in our data. Custom column also you can use, invoke custom column also you can use, but here you have to just remember only 2 column. This one we can use later, conditional column or column from example. Clear? Same way if I using another example, column from example, click this right hand side, job level. We have a job satisfaction, job role, job level. Okay, like this. So you have 2 1. This is not a good way to reading any job level. So select this example, select this from selection. Here I want to use a level wise. Okay, so you can write it here level 3, because this the value, first one value is 3. So just click on this OK. Another one you can write level 2, just enter level 2, add column from example, just click on back. Sometime it is not working, so you can select again. Okay, sometime it is not working, so you can select again. Nothing is different. select again. Job involvement, you can hide. Job level, here you can write it as level 2. Enter. You can see now it is working. Click on OK. So last column is adding, and this one you can see at service level or service group, job group.
So this is equivalent to concatenate function of Excel.
Right, same way. It is equal to concatenate job group, and you can see the group wise you have activity level 2, level 1, level 3. So on this basis of if you making the presentation or bar chart or any other chart, this presentation look like very good like this. If I go to this home option, close and apply. Now if I want to use any service period analysis, so select this chart, select this bar chart here. Okay, little big. So on this basis of if you want to analyze something like, you can write it here as service period. Service period, select this on x-axis. Okay, and you have already an employee count, total employee, select in the value. So you can see you have all the data of year wise. Select this example again, click on this, change the title first. Service period analysis. Change the font color is white. Data label, you can just switch on. Data color, change the color also white. Background, switch off. Okay, so now you can change this color also. And how to use this color? See, this is y-axis, this one is x-axis. So click on here, y-axis, color. You can change white color. So you can see color is changed. And see in the right left hand on the y-axis you have see service period, which is something black. So I want this as a not, I don't want this one will be show. So switch off. You can see period is, because we have heading service period analysis and everyone know this one is a year of experience and this is the data. This one is the data. So first you have go to this x-axis also. Click on this x-axis. Switch off all the x-axis like title. I see this is just a formatting tool you can use. X-axis switch off. I don't want any data into x-axis right now. It's switch off. You know the last thing is data label. This is data label. So click on this here, y-axis, x-axis, title, data color. This one is color, data label. This one. Select this. Go to this color. You can select white color. Now you can see the complete picture of your experience wise that service period analysis. Okay, so right now it's showing as a descending order. Same way, just click on this 3 dot here. So you have lot of options, sort by suppose service period, total, ascending or descending. Right now it's working on the basis of total employee, sort by ascending. If you want as ascending, just click on this and you can see here data will be automatically from ascending order. Okay, so this way you can do. Suppose right now I want as a some same way at a descending, so just click on this. And same way, suppose if you just analyze the data only, if you need only this data into some format like data type, so just click on this. You have export data, click on this export data, and you can see the service period analysis, save as CSV file, save. You can send it to anyone. What is service period analysis in your company? So click on this, make the border on. So just one time you have to format your diagram. Another time you can just copy and paste into your diagram. Suppose second diagram is click this, copy and just paste. Right now the diagram is same format. But if you want to change the diagram like any other diagram you want, select this visualization, Suppose I want clustered column chart, and instead of service period, I'm going to write here as service group. Group is not there, so first we have to write a group function which is in this axis. So how to write a group function, guys? This is year at company, service period, year at company, year at role. So you can see year at company, select this column, and you can see the total number of data into your data is 11 to 40. Total number of data into this is 11 to 40 year of experience you have total in your company, not a 11. If you select this promotion group to be promoted, why? Because here we have already a filter. Okay, if you click on this node view, okay, so you can see year at company have data will be 1 to 40, 0 to 40 year of experience. So we can write a condition on this basis. So year at company, you have to write a condition on this year at company. So click on new group, new column, sorry, not a new group, new column, and write here one function. Guys, meeting will be ending in just 1 minute. First you have to join again, then we can start again. Okay, you can join again.